Yo, what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we've got a brand new interview from Ikemoto, the mangaka for the Boruto manga. This came out of nowhere because it's actually in collaboration again with the Shueisha Manga Plus app that was recently announced and released, and we already had one interview because of this new app, and it seems we've got a second one for some reason. So, you know, this is crazy. The second interview from him in a month. The same month, we've had two in February. Shueisha, if you want to bring out as many apps as possible, then go for it, because this is great. I love hearing from the actual creators behind the story themselves. I'm not going to go over the entire interview. That will be in the description down below, because it's a really long interview. There's some really interesting points. I'm going to try and pick out the ones that I find most interesting for you guys. But if you want to have a look at everything from what his inspiration and what he looks for when drawing the characters and all of that, then it will be in the link in the description down below. But without further ado, let's jump into it. So then, this first one I find extremely interesting, and it's nothing like what I imagined the process for creating the story would go. So, what is your working relationship with Kodachi Sensei like? How do you get in touch? We don't get in touch much at all. Actually, we don't even email. We met for the first time in a year today. That is crazy. That the first time they met in over a year was at this Shonen Plus manga thing, convention, meeting, whatever was going on. So, do you just meet at meetings? We don't do meetings either. Our editor relays all the messages between us. All the meetings I have are just with my editor. This is shocking to me. They hardly even seem to know each other at this point. Anyway, so you don't have any input in the direction of the story. I talk with my editor about it. When it comes to the finer details, I'm usually given free rein on how I depict things. I draw the name, manga draft, and Kodachi Sensei checks it. If there's an issue, it will get relayed back to me. If not, then I go ahead with it. Things work out quicker that way. So, straight off, that I find to be one of the most interesting parts of the whole interview. The fact that Kodachi and Ikemoto, the two behind the manga, hardly seem to even talk to each other. That's nuts to me. And who's the editor? He's not referencing Kishimoto here. So they've clearly got other members of staff on board at the Boruto manga, which is something I wasn't aware of. They've made it very unclear how many people are actually working on the Boruto anime. So on the Boruto manga even. So this is kind of an interesting and slightly clearer insight on the process of how the manga is actually created, because we've all wondered what actually goes on for the creation, and this has given us a slight idea for it. Next, now I picked this one in particular because it really interested me. So, are there any Naruto characters that have yet to appear in Boruto, the manga, that you would love to have a chance to design in their older form? Because obviously we know in the Boruto manga, the older generation, they have different character designs to how Kishimoto made them look for the end of Naruto and the Boruto anime and the movie and all that. They all have different character designs, such as Hinata, Gaara, you know, all those, like basically all of them. And here he says, it'd be a spoiler, but you have to wonder, why doesn't Kakashi Sensei get much screen time, even though he's such a popular character? What a mystery. Not that I can say anything about it. And that, to me, is probably the biggest kind of tease we could have got, because out of all the characters he could have mentioned, why Kakashi? And the fact that he said he can't go into it because of his spoiler, why has he not appeared? This is, what on earth is going on with Kakashi? Okay, is he going to show up in the next Boruto chapter? Imagine if he just bursts into the Naruto versus Delta fight. That, like, I have no idea what to expect from Kakashi now, but honestly, it seems as though Kakashi may, I don't want to read too much into it, but Kakashi may be appearing at some point in the Boruto manga sometime soon. Are all the Sarada fans going to get their wish? We all know that tons of Sarada fans really hope Kakashi becomes her kind of like sensei, the same way Sasuke's done for Boruto. So maybe, who knows? But I know for sure that there's got to be something going on with Kakashi, and I cannot wait to finally see him. Now this one I think is going to get a lot of people actually really annoyed, and I think we can kiss the idea of a weekly Boruto manga goodbye after this one. So, what's the most important thing you learned from Kishimoto Sensei? Don't miss your deadlines. Not that I've been the best at following that advice lately. There are times when I cause trouble for my editor by getting close to missing the deadline. Guys, this is huge, okay? After hearing that, the fact that he almost misses the monthly deadline is basically all but confirmation on the fact that Boruto is never going weekly. Not anytime soon at all. Not in the next few years, because he's been doing the Boruto manga now for 3 years, I want to say. I want to say 3 years, maybe 3 and a bit. And he still is struggling to reach the monthly deadline. It's sad, but it's the truth we're going to have to go forward with. So all of you guys that were expecting a weekly confirmations anytime soon, I think we have to kiss that dream goodbye. And then last but not least, we're talking about the anime. Speaking of the anime, do you have time to watch it? Yes, I make sure to watch it every week. What do you think about the differences compared to the manga? It has diverged quite a bit from the manga, even from the beginning. I've stopped keeping track of the differences. Are you able to watch the anime as a simple fan? Not really. When the movie came out, I hadn't been drawing the manga yet, so I was able to appreciate it as a simple fan. But I haven't been able to do that with the TV anime, but I'm still really enjoying it. I watch it every week while working on the manga. And then finally, do you ever get ideas for the manga through watching the anime? On the contrary, I try to not get ideas from the anime. You see, the action in the anime is really good, but since it's so good, I sometimes get disheartened by my own work through watching it. So we can tell that Ikemoto is very apparent on the differences with the anime and the manga, and he's actually trying to keep it that way, it seems, which is very, very interesting. We've always wanted some clarification on what's going on and what the relationship is between the anime and the manga. And over the past couple months, they've slowly started to make it clearer that the Boruto anime is definitely seeming to be its own thing, which is kind of interesting because a lot of people won't like that. I personally like the idea of it. If they fully go their own way, it could be good. And then just let the manga do its own thing. We'll see what it goes. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.